Are you nervous that we're going to make you talk about something that will be going out to our hundreds of listeners?
No.
No?
Oh, right. Okay. I'm nervous that I'm going to be the first thing that your listeners can say was a bad idea.
Live from a CD and DVD duplication factory in China, it's the Grandma's Virginity Podcast. On this week's show, we explore such questions as...
Could you live in a home that you knew people were brutally murdered in?
Special guest Dan Harmon discusses how creating an NBC sitcom has changed his life.
Oh, Jimmy Smits is available to me now.
Well, those are your
Time to go
those names out
find
of the
out
house.
if he clips his toenails on the phone.
A tantalizing tour of a hot dog factory.
What we do is we take an animal, we chop it up, put it in the grinder over here, as you can see.
Plus, pigs are people, listener email, and much, much more.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Grandma's Virginity Podcast. I'm Justin Roiland. With me, as always, is Ryan Ridley.
Hello.
And Jackie Buscarino.
Hello.
We have a very special guest who's going to be joining us today, Mr. Daniel Harmon, otherwise known as Dan Harmon.
Hi.
The creator of Community, amongst many other stellar, impressive credits.
The creator
Those
of the
are bad
show,
adjectives.
the creator of the show Community on NBC.
Yes.
Not you say the creator of Community.
The creator of the word community.
I created the concept of people cooperating
Before
with
you
each
came
other.
along, it was chaos, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, there was no word for that either.
Yeah.
Because that was called
norm.
normal. I like God separating the skies and earth. I separated community from chaos.
Yeah. Well,
So I
thank you for
invented
that.
them both. I get residuals for both of them.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then made a show called Community that's got nothing to do
Because
with...
you said now I can make fun of this concept.
Yeah, that's just a fuck off project.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So we've got a lot of wonderful... things.
Wait.
Oh.
You're our first guest, so this is a special occasion.
Yeah, we've never had a
guest
sit-in
before.
guest before.
Yeah, this is a big. If anyone's listening for the first time, this is an occasion
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
I'm really flattered and honored.
to be our inaugural guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also worried because I have listened to all 3 previous episodes and I could graph the mounting tension between the 3 of you.
Oh, yeah.
About give and take.
That's part of the fun of the show.
And now I've been thrown in. It's not like adding an extra ball to a volleyball game. It's like adding an extra net.
Yeah.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
right now.
I thought since you were here that there was going to be a huge spread for you or something because these guys are always talking about you and, you know, all Justin did was offer you water.
Yeah, but
there was nothing. No
what did you
food,
think-
nothing. Same as it always is. I don't know. I thought it would be like a special occasion or something.
What?
Where there'd be like a band playing.
It's
and
not that kind of admiration that Justin and I have for each other. It's more familial.
Yeah.
It's more like.
What about me?
Right.
I'm sort of the Cain to Justin's Abel, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Ryan, you mentioned that you've got questions for Dan.
Well, yeah,
you
of
wanna
course.
start
I mean,
the
we
show
have
off
Dan
with a
here.
few?
Yeah, we have Dan here as a guest. You know how we don't often have people who've created hit NBC shows before. I mean,
So you want to peel the curtain back?
yeah, of
that?
course I want to
If-
peel the
if-
curtain back.
Okay.
I haven't even
Can
had
we
it.
first peel the curtain back on the word hit
Well, look,
and reveal the word failure behind it?
you got how can that possibly be a failure? You got picked up for a second season.
Look, these are not the golden days of NBC.
Uh-huh.
that
They're not,
we're
they're
living
not
in.
the golden days of much.
they're not the golden days of television. And then relative to that, they're not. This is not the golden.
So why? I don't understand. Why is it not a? What defines a hit?
no.
For a television show on Thursday night at 8:00, what defines a hit is at least a 5-point rating, and we get a 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Well, hold
What
on.
are you in competition with?
Isn't the number one show like just barely? Isn't it like a 3? Or I don't watch them every week. I don't check the ratings every week, but I know the finale. It was only like you were second place, and it was only like a point difference, right?
Yeah, I get confused. I don't understand the rating stuff because they handicap it, for each time slot, and it's really, really complicated, and it's nothing that anybody wants to have explained. You can just go to Wikipedia or Google or
and they'll
something.
say this show is not a hit.
Because I still don't get it. No. Well, yeah, I can tell you that. You don't have to Google that. I'll tell you. I don't think Community is a hit. I think it's a workhouse.
Do you think it's a success?
It's a success in the sense that they placed us at 8 o'clock. Our lead-in is local programming, and we hold our own against the tide of entropy. And we hand the baton off to Parks and Rec, and so we open the night in a healthy way.
Jackie, have you seen Community?
Oh, come on, Ryan.
Jackie doesn't have a TV.
I mean, of course you have. You knew Dan was going to be our guest, so of course you...
I knew you were an extra special guest. I'm serious. They talk about you all the time.
But Jackie didn't even know Dan was going to be a guest until like 3.5 hours ago.
So I didn't even get to
do some research.
Pre-show research. So I'm embarrassed.
Never happened to just catch it? 8 o'clock on a Thursday NBC?
This is what I'm talking about. There's not a lot of market penetration.
No, it's not fair though, because
She's
I
a
really
weirdo.
I don't have a TV.
Yeah, she's a
not
weird
to be
person.
cool though, because I'm an addict.
You have Hulu.
She doesn't have a TV. She doesn't have the internet at her house.
I don't have the internet at my house.
I mean,
that's
she's
true.
practically Amish, other than the fact that she has electricity.
About a year ago, I don't think I'm talking out of turn. You lived in a kind of a crappy one-bedroom apartment in Los Feliz, right? And now, in 1 year, little over a year, your life has completely changed.
I saw your
or has
Bentley out
it?
there.
Or has it? Walk us through what it's like to go from
Rags to riches.
From geek to chic? From zero to hero?
Yeah, is there a noticeable, palpable change? The way people interact with you, the way you know.
I don't. No. Because I've always been something of a misanthrope, and I was always sort of full of myself, and I'm always scared when anybody calls me or knocks on my door that they want something from me, even when I had nothing, even if it was just my time. I'm always scared that people. So nothing has changed. Usually, that's the transition I think that you go through if you have a successful chapter of your life. I think the change normal people go through is they go from not being concerned about people sucking their life out of their body to being concerned about it. I came out of the womb a narcissist.
Your mother was sucking the life out of you.
Yeah,
with that umbilical cord.
I came out and I looked over my shoulder at my mother and I said, "Enough."
Yeah. What do you want from me
already? like what do you think I owe you? Let me relieve you of these delusions before they cut this cord. Because so help me God, if you're gonna sit there and look at me like I owe you, I will crawl back in and I'll come out the other end.
It's almost not worth it. But no, seriously, Dan, you told me a long time ago that you imagined there's going to be this world that you're going to enter when you had your next level success, where you're going to be going to these fancy. You remember any of this? You're going to be going to like fancy cocktail parties, hobnobbing with like the elite. You know, no more hanging out with your Wade Randolphs and your Justin Roilands and your Ben Plumbers. You know, in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Puma, whatever. The point is, I remember you kind of talked. Now, no, you didn't say anything negative about your current plans. I'm just saying you imagine this world where you're going to be able to kind of hang out with the elite because now you've entered this next level.
Come on, spit it out, Ridley.
I'm not just putting words in your mouth.
Maybe you're not, but I'm hearing these words and I sound like an asshole.
No.
Saying that remember when you used to say there's going to be a day when I'm fancy and I get to hang out with different people. I don't want to hang out with anyone else.
We all think about this. We all imagine that.
Wait a minute. Hey.
Come on.
It's,
you imagine your whole
don't
life.
Speak for me.
Your whole life, it goes back to when you're a kid. You're like, one day I'm gonna get popular and I'm gonna hang out with all these. We're always fantasizing about this.
Fucking sluts are gonna.
What drives us in life is to get to this place where we're gonna get everything we wanted.
The fucking Tiger Woods. The Tiger Woods place is what it's called.
Yeah, of course.
That's what you know that I don't hang out with anybody. When you guys aren't seeing me, I'm just sitting at home playing video games. Same
Why
as
not?
For the last 17 years. Because I don't want to. What do I want to go hang
advantage.
out with Rick Schroeder? Like, what, you guys don't think he's going to turn out
gosh.
to be like have his own problems? Like, it takes a long time to make friends.
Yeah.
You don't want to go out and Jimmy Smits is available to me now.
Well, those are your
time to go
names out
find
of the
out
house.
if he clips his toenails on the phone.
You're not bonding with any new fancy pants people.
No.
Nobody?
The cast of my show is fancy pants because they're the cast of a show, and I hang out with them 6 months of the year at work, and then invite them over to my house 3 times a year to watch the show, and they largely don't come. They have better things to do. I'm like, there's nothing. My life, my house is now a house instead of an apartment. That's the
biggest
change.
This sounds like we're just a witch hunt here. What are you what are you after, Ridley? Leave the man alone.
Look, I'm just trying to, if we had a composer on, if we had a scientist, I'd want to ask about what their world is like, what their reality is like.
Okay.
What I'm trying to connect to our audience.
But you wouldn't ask them, hey, how has your life changed since you were looking at dipshit stars that were really close to the Milky Way, and now that you got access to this Hubble thing, I bet you hate faggots now, right? Like, that's kind of a loaded question. Even for an astrophysicist.
You hate clouds. You just want to see the nebulas.
Yeah, but you characterize yourself and Wade Randolph apparently as a cloud in my life. Well,
this is my perception though, because you're what is it? The red shift. Your light is getting. You're inaccessible to me. I used to be able to walk to your house and hang out with you. Now you live in the winding hills of Hollywood.
Yeah, I moved.
I don't even know where you live.
Just seems like you're upset. It's Ryan.
Of course,
upset.
I'm
well,
upset.
let's talk about that.
Yeah,
then.
just invite him over a couple times.
Yeah, what happened, Ryan?
Okay.
What's
He invited me over the other day.
Oh, well then, water under the bridge. All right.
So after last week's segment where I asked about help for getting a girlfriend, I got an email from someone who I didn't realize was Justin's father that said, hey, I listened to your show, Ryan, about getting a girlfriend, and I don't know if you know this, but well, I don't know why he would say I don't know if you know this because I wouldn't know. But the point is, he said I wrote a how to meet women pamphlet, and he emailed it to me. And
is this true?
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I find out it was Justin's father.
Yeah.
That sent us an email with his 3-4 page how to meet women.
Can I say why this guy's
pamphlet.
my hero? Because the origin of this that he explained to us in the kitchen 20 minutes ago, he put an ad in a paper saying, send me $1 and I'll send you a pamphlet on how to pick up women.
Yeah.
How much
And
money
wrote
did he
this
make?
Like $30-40.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but let me tell you, let me put this in perspective. This is definitely Justin's father, because Justin is always coming up with money-making schemes, right, Justin? It's always.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the gears are always turning. I mean,
yeah, how to make an extra buck here or there. You
well,
always
or how to save money. Go ahead.
Your dad's pamphlet, how and where to meet girls. God, I'm just going to read this.
Go ahead.
Guys,
The whole thing?
Yeah.
No. I'm just
all
gonna read the
20
intro.
pages.
Guys, men are always asking me, where can I meet girls now that I'm out of school? Everybody where I work is married or not interested. I usually give these guys a list of places they never thought about to meet a girl. Now, for the small price of $1, you can have access to this valuable information.
But you just said you usually give it away. So what did I do?
Well, you're not one of Mr. Royland's friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're someone who's reading the ad in the newspaper.
Who do I make the check out to? Ooh la la. So if I randomly run into you at a bar, I could get this information for free.
Look, $1's not too much to ask for a stranger.
It's a fair price.
The following list
to find love,
yeah,
real love.
Yeah, exactly. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
This
what
is
an
the key to the
investment.
door of romance.
The following list of over 20 places indicates an order of importance. Remember that phrase, in order of importance, the best places to meet the girl of your dreams, and tells why these are good places.
From best to worst?
Number 1, Jazzercise is the number 1 place to meet a girl. Well, this was published in 1983. Almost all women attend these exercises classes, yet men can attend. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Cutting to the chase, number 17 is buy a horse.
Yeah.
Like, he starts running out quick. I don't know why he didn't make it 15.
Also, the first page are paragraphs, and
If all else fails, buy a horse.
and then you get to number 14, knitting circle or a sewing group is sure to consist mainly of women. If you can handle it.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah.
Number 20, after you've studied all 19 of these and tried them all and still can't figure out what you're doing wrong, number 20 is get your body in shape. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Thanks a lot. Thanks for burying the lead. In other words, don't be ugly, you asshole. I want my $1 back.
Well, number 19 is gamblers bus to Lake Tahoe or Reno and flash a big bankroll. Parentheses, watch out for the gold diggers, though.
Hey, come on. It's good advice.
The last thing you want is to keep the company of a gold digger when you're a creepy, manipulative, sociopathic potential rapist following a list of target areas Like, oh no, there better not be a gold digger in this jazzercise class I'm pretending to take so I can have sex.
As I'm flashing my bankroll, sincere offers only, please. Women with well-maintained internal lives as well as external appearances.
You know, there was a guy
It
who
should
wrote.
just be called How and Where to Meet Justin's Mom. Because in the end, that was the brass ring, right?
Well, he wrote this 3 years after I was born. So.
Oh wait, yeah. So he's still thinking on it. Oh,
Well,
he
I
wants
think
to
he's
pass
in part.
on his,
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, well, I can't use this information anymore. I'll start selling it.
Yeah.
Well, wait. What number did
That's
he
what
meet?
I think.
Where did he
Yeah,
meet?
how did he meet your mom?
Yeah, what
then?
number? Grocery
it's so
store?
funny. This is the
Was
second
she a
time-
receptionist or secretary?
Second
Was
time I've
never
been
said that?
asked how they met.
one day?
In the span of 24 hours,
She
and I
was
don't
a-
remember.
She was a jazzercising
Oh my God.
equestrian.
Well, she definitely likes horses, so I think that there is a lot in there that's certainly.
Did they go to high school together,
No.
or did they? No.
No. There's a huge
Same
age gap
town?
there. I don't know. I don't know how they
can you
met.
not know?
I through a friend. I'm gonna guess they were probably set up.
I don't even think that's on the list.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, hey,
I'll tell you how Justin cannot know how his parents met. Because the way his parents met is his dad targeted his mom, and obviously what we're learning from this list, and what we know about his mom is that she was targetable. So
Yeah.
those genes together created a sociopath.
me.
Who's very, very, very like
I'm
he's,
crazy.
The last thing he's gonna do at the he's never gonna at the age of 20 go down to the breakfast nook. Mom, Dad, how'd you meet? I would like to take a vested interest in your relationship.
Justin doesn't want to know his origins, his family history, what
I'm
he's connected to.
a real Marty McFly here. All of this, other people, when you write letters, like, I was at your park the other day and my kid fell down. There's no duct tape around the hinges of the swing. Oh, I could sue you. That whole mentality of keeping everybody safe all the time and everything having to be perfect for every little person.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be a race of marshmallows, a species of marshmallows.
Yeah.
That if we commit to that fine. I that's just as good.
Not everybody has enough energy to write those letters, though. Only some people do.
No, you don't have to write the letters if we commit to it.
Yeah,
Those-
everyone
Those people are writing
listening?
letters because
We got to commit to this together.
We're all
of
together,
us.
people.
I'm saying
Palestinians,
Jews, Chinese,
everybody.
Taiwanese.
North Korea,
Poland.
get on board.
We're gonna make the world safer from playground to something else.
It's those people will be the first to tell you that they just enjoy being unhappy. They're really enjoying just complaining. They're enjoying protecting their children
What about
from a
Upton
harsh
Sinclair?
world.
What about he wrote The Jungle because there was fingers and hot dogs?
He wanted
That's
to-
different.
He wasn't.
How is that different?
How is he raining on anybody's parade? He wasn't harming
The
any
hot
human
dog
beings.
factory's parade?
What is that? A human being? Does a hot dog factory have a heart? Does it
No.
have
Owner?
Well, according to the
No, does the owner
constitutional
own it?
amendment that took place,
It's not
corporations
it's not
are
a constitutional
considered.
amendment, Justin. It wasn't a constitutional
Oh,
amendment.
what was it?
It was a judicial decision.
Oh, well,
Or
whatever.
was it a constitutional amendment?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
was trying to sound smart.
And it was actually supposed to help the
Your point
freed
is-
slaves, and what it did was it gave corporations the right to be individuals.
I love it when Justin gets on the soapbox. You're referring to when the Supreme
I don't know
Court-
anything I'm talking about. I just want to make that
But
clear.
you're saying it's when
I have
the
a very
Supreme Court-
fuzzy idea of sort of the broad strokes of what happened.
You saw a headline on CNN.com.
But I think it could be
Yeah.
close enough to
Well, it's
the
basically
real.
saying that the Supreme Court passed something where corporations are people, and so
Yeah, something like
now
that.
This is how it connects to what Dan's saying. You're saying that I'm saying the hot dog factory owner
Is a
the one who's-
person.
Is a person.
People, places, and things.
The hot dog
people,
factory
places.
owner stops being a person when he
makes hot dogs.
when you go up to him and you go, what do you do for a living? And he goes, well, I make hot dogs. What are hot dogs used for? Do I ride them to work?
Put 'em in my
do
butthole.
Do I use them to open them? Do I put them on my butthole? No, you eat them. Okay, well, how's that going? Like, are they safe for eating?
No.
Well, give or take. Okay, you now I'm coming in. I'm coming in with jack boots. I'm and a clipboard, and I'm gonna check out whether your place is safe because you
Whoa.
just
Wow.
shrugged
Plain
when
ahead.
I said, "Are your hot dogs safe for eating?"
Hey, Buster, are your hot dogs safe to eat? You betcha. They're the safest. We only use top quality meats here at Mr. Hot Dogs.
Are you okay with that guy?
That guy sounds all right.
Hey, I'm Mr. Hot Dogs. Back off. I'm just trying to make a living. Just trying to
Dan.
sell some hot dogs over here.
Okay, well, that guy sounds cool.
I mean,
Hey,
yeah.
Mr. Hot Dog, is that your name, Mr. Hot Dog?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Hot Dog.
Do you mind if I look around your factory?
Go ahead. Take a peek over wherever you want.
Okay, so how are they made? The hot dog.
Well, what we do is we take an animal, we chop it up, put it in the grinder over here, as you can see.
Okay, looks like there's some stuff falling on the floor.
Well, we pick that up, put it in the grinder.
You put it in the grinder
Hey.
along with the stuff that.
Well, you know, it's $1. It's every piece of meat is a money, and you grind it up, put it in the little meat tubes here.
Can I
Send it out to the packaging company.
suggest that all the stuff that touches the floor be?
You could suggest whatever you want, but I don't see you running a hot dog company, Buster.
Well,
Get out of my property.
Okay.
Get out of here.
All right, I'm gonna come back with a court order.
Oh yeah, you and what army? Get out of here. Mr. Johnny's hot dog stand. We're opening franchises all over the United States.
That guy's unstoppable. That guy's gonna be a problem around the turn of the century. He's lovable now, but he's on a tear, and it's
He's just getting started.
He's just getting warmed up. Wow. So what is the world that you're describing now? One where Mr. Hot Dog is heavily policed, or one where he's allowed to run his business and we just shut the fuck up?
Which one would you prefer?
One or the other.
Yeah.
I'm not a meat expert or meat expert. Talking about my door being unlocked. This is what I'm suggesting. Either everybody's a rapist, or we have to eliminate all the rapists. And so I'm gonna lock my door, but also let's go hunt down all the rapists.
Okay.
Like, let's really,
Yeah.
like, no work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like not until all rape is gone.
You're talking like some Minority Report stuff. Where
Yeah,
we can
I don't
predict
know. I'm
crime.
Well,
talking
hold
about-
on. Minority Report, that's predicting crimes before they happen and then arresting the people before
Yeah.
they've committed
Whatever
the
it
crime.
takes, man.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
it takes.
That doesn't even exist.
Well,
Mr. Hot Dog,
it would
we're here.
it would exist if all these assholes wasting their time inventing locks and space shuttles would dedicate their energy toward making crime prevention tools.
Yeah.
If it's so goddamn important that I not get
I don't-
raped.
your outlook is totally unrealistic. What are you imagining here?
Yeah.
Is it unrealistic or is
We're gonna
it
go hunt rapists? We're all gonna. First of all, it's gonna screw up the economy. Taking everyone goes off work.
Jackie, as a woman, how unrealistic do you think rapist hunting is?
How unrealistic?
Yeah.
I don't think it would be that hard.
Did you hear what he said? Everybody take the day off work. We're all gonna form a hunting party.
Yeah.
a posse to go get rapists.
Well, hold on. I'm starting to think about this actually. Well,
You'd be out. You'd be gone probably. I guess you would have to go under like if it looks like a duck. If it if it acts like a duck, walks like a duck, then probably is a
Can't
duck.
take any
And then
chances with someone like
yeah.
Justin.
So you just go in and take everybody.
If there was rapists being hunted, Justin would... Wait, why did you say Justin would be... What do you
Because
mean?
Justin would fit the
She's saying,
criteria
yeah,
of
she's
being
saying-
a rapist.
Oh, really?
yeah, under your
Yeah.
law.
Wait, well, what's
under
the
your
definition
rules.
of a rapist? You
I
have
don't
to
know,
rape
Dan.
someone.
You tell me. You're the commander.
Clammy
commandant.
looking.
You have to
sweaty.
rape someone.
Jackie's
Sweaty.
convinced that I'm a rapist. I promise I'm not. I swear it.
I have a questionnaire that I give a
Yeah,
Blade
go ahead.
Runner
So
test.
does his dad sells those too.
All right.
Rapist questionnaire.
By the way,
tip
the-
number
Yeah.
50.
No,
rape.
the
Rape is-
the list does close after number 20. Says, need I go on? Think you've got the idea. So good luck and happy hunting.
Hunting, ladies and gentlemen. Wrong verb to use when you're talking about women in 1983. Yeah, I will agree that list finds rapists, but your dad calls them customers. And instead of putting them in jail, he charges them $1. Okay, here's my test. Here's the Blade Runner test.
Yeah.
On
to
rapists?
find out if Justin's a rapist.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
Or anyone. for that
Question
matter.
number 1.
Uh-huh.
You are walking down the street.
Yeah.
You see a woman.
Uh-huh.
Do you rape her?
No, of course not.
Question 2.
Wow.
You're walking down a different street.
Uh-huh.
You see another woman.
Totally different woman.
Yeah.
More attractive.
She says, "Don't rape me."
Okay.
Do you rape her?
No.
You got to do a tough one though, like someone's passed out and no one will ever know, and then he goes into the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, then I totally would rape them.
I'm
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't. Of course not.
I want to hear now. I want to hear Jackie's questions.
More how to tell if I'm a
Dan's
rapist.
questions are very black and white.
Yeah, you've got more. You've got
insight.
a better.
That's why I was saying it is more. Your questions are black and white,
Yeah.
but a real rapist
Let's
would
hear
be
it.
like,
Catch him, snare him.
Snare me. Go ahead.
Come up from
Let's
behind
see if you
him.
can trip me up.
All right,
he's
okay. I
challenging
mean,
you,
the classic
Jackie.
one. Well, we can't say your girlfriend.
No, you can
but
say
say
whatever.
like a girl you really like or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like it's getting hot and heavy, and then she's like, "No, Justin, no, I don't know."
Oh, well, then
and then you'd be like, "You're just joking."
No, then
and then you'd probably rape
get
her,
some
right?
duct tape and cover her mouth and tie her up and rape her all night.
That's okay. That's a red flag.
Wait,
See?
what?
So three more of those, and yeah, we'd
Three
call
more?
him a. No, I'm.
No, I of course I wouldn't do that. That's horrible.
Okay.
Even
Next
if
question.
even if you've been going out with this girl for 4 years, why all of a sudden does she not want me to have
Yeah,
sex
hey, what
with
the
her?
fuck? No,
right?
I
And
still
if
wouldn't.
If she was like, no, really, no.
I'd just throw a fit. I just throw like a tantrum.
Dan, where do these people go in your new society?
Yeah, the
People
ones
get
that throw a
frustrated 'cause
tantrum.
They can't have sex with
Those
their
are the
girlfriends.
neighbors you want closest to you.
From my experience, they come over to my place
Mm-hmm.
and have a drink, and we watch Netflix. They after they throw a tantrum because women won't sleep with them. Yeah. That's called my friends. You guys remember when Power of Rock and Roll, that Huey Lewis song?
Yeah.
In your local cities, did they have Huey Lewis in Milwaukee? Remember when there's like a third act to the song where he's like, "Heart of rock and roll." That's what it is. Heart of rock and roll is the victim. And then so there's a part of it where he's going like
He shouts out to the cities.
yeah,
doesn't he?
Chicago.
Yeah, and they plug in your own city.
Memphis, and in Milwaukee he would go Milwaukee, and I always thought that's pretty cool, man. I was absolutely the target audience, and I bullseye, like, because I thought Milwaukee's awesome. I should stay here forever and weld things and listen to Huey Lewis, and later figured out that, like, wait a minute, there's something happening here. And my question is, do you guys remember that? And did they do one for every city?
Michigan.
Manteca.
No, they did it for
Not only every state,
LA.
but every city.
LA for sure.
Yeah.
Sandwich Islands.
Rippin'. Turlock. All right.
Turlock.
American Airlines.
Myrtleville. American Airlines. Yeah. Oh boy.
Disneyland.
477 West Street.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh my God. I lived there. He had a really busy year. I'm gonna be in the studio 7 days a week, 14-hour days a day.
But I'm gonna connect with everyone. Dan, have you ever been on a podcast before?
No.
Have you ever been asked to be on a podcast?
No.
No one's ever. No.
Oh yeah. I was on the Sound of Young America, I think it was called.
Okay, one of our competitors.
Well, that doesn't sound like a
I-
direct competitor to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds.
Everyone's a competitor.
That sounds pretty.
How
this
stuff
was-
works is a competitor to us, Justin.
Oh.
Okay, so this is really your first kind of free-form style podcast.
Yeah, baby.
Where you're just being yourself, letting it all hang out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jackie touched on this earlier. You went
Sound
out of the
effect.
country. You went out of the
Yeah.
country, right? Jackie, you're curious about this. He said he just got his passport for
And
the
I
first
said,
time.
where are you going?
Where did you go, Dan? You just got back from a grand adventure.
Yeah.
A globe-trotting gastabout.
Is it worth talking about? Is there anything cool?
What do you mean is it worth talking about? The man left the
Well,
country.
this isn't the travel show.
Excuse me.
Where
is it?
did
Justin,
you
have
go?
where have you been in the
Where?
world, Justin?
Where have I been in the world?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Yeah, you know why? Because you're a Philistine.
No, well, maybe in some ways, but it's also just I haven't gotten around to it
You
yet.
haven't gotten around to it. You're 40 years old.
I'm 30.
So, Dan, you just finally, for the first time, left the country and saw a little bit of the world, went to Europe.
Yeah.
What was the neatest thing that you saw, Dan?
Listen,
Well, it's amazing. Justin, you wouldn't believe it. You got to get out there. There's these places called hotels, and the really expensive ones. They bring food to your room like all the time, and it's so good.
Sounds majestic.
why are you being so? Why is your tone so mocking?
Well, I'm mocking myself, really. I'm not. Even when I travel, I'm not much
Did
of a
you go
traveler.
for fun or for work?
I went for fun. I went
Like
for
a real vacation.
I went for my girlfriend Erin. Like she did not get a lot of my time. Our relationship did not get a lot of our time.
You're busy working on the show.
When working on the show, and so we planned, a real vacation in advance.
And so you went to Ireland?
Yep.
What was that like?
Did you meet any Irish people?
I met a couple of Irish people.
Yeah?
How were they?
How did you feel?
They were mischievous.
Yeah.
And
Did they sound like this? Hey, I'm Ireland. I'm from Ireland.
Is that what the country sounded like?
Yeah, everybody there. Like you would go to the bathroom and they would they would be peeing and they would turn around and go like, "Hey, how are you?"
Uh-huh. Friendly
I
people.
don't want to make them sound like a leprechaun. I'm saying they were really, really nice in Dublin.
Nicer than Americans, I would bet.
Yeah, it feels that way.
What?
But you don't know how much of that is a distortion of you're traveling and you're a tourist and you're probably, for as much as you'd like to think, you're probably not Survivor Man. You're probably not experiencing like the city's armpit. You're probably hanging out where everybo's a nice yutz. Right?
You're not going to the Gaelic Wild.
Yeah, and even if you did go to the Gaelic Wild, whatever that is. You're going to a Gaelic Wild.
Yeah,
that
watch out for the Gaelics.
that the concierge told you to go to. So, like, I'm sure everyone there says cheers too.
Yeah, while they're licking each other and being gay.
Okay, Jackie, you satisfied?
So that's all? You just only went to Ireland?
No, I went to Dublin, and then I went to London, and then I went to Paris.
Ooh, Paris.
Ooh, Paris.
Ooh, the city of lights.
Ooh, Dan Harmon in Paris.
Yeah.
I had a romantic
That's like
vacation
Mr.
there with
Bean
my
going to
father.
America.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where it's allowed.
Yeah.
You had what now?
I said
Sorry?
I had a romantic vacation there with my father.
There's something weird going on
And,
with you and your father, I've
I know,
noticed.
I love him.
Well, last...
do you wanna see a picture of him,
in
Dan?
episode 2,
Yeah.
she showed us a picture of him because we were talking about him.
Oh,
yeah, and she's like,
yeah.
so cute.
Oh yeah, you were
So
talking.
cute.
You were
Yeah.
talking about your dad. Yeah, the way that the way that normal people probably usually talk about their dads. Like I mean,
Yeah.
not normal for us. Like
Oh, you mean she loves her father?
yeah, like an
She
unconditional.
calls her father on his
almost
birthday.
Electra like.
Oh, let's play this game. So, Jackie, you call your father on his birthday. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dan, do you?
No.
Okay. On Christmas?
I spend Christmas with him.
Oh, do you spend Christmas with your parents, Dan? When was the last time?
The last time was this year, and I mean last as in I'm never doing it again.
Wow.
And before that, I hadn't done it in like 6 years.
Jackie, when you're going through a tough time in life, do you call your father for some advice, some wisdom?
I do.
Lean on his shoulder?
How come you're
Emotional
not asking
support?
me anything?
Because, Dan, do you? If you're going through this tough time,
Let's
Dad?
cut to the chase. My dad used to hit us with a belt, and he would do it. He would drink, and sometimes he would drink so much he would accidentally hit you with the buckle end instead of the other end.
That's liable to happen.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay,
So do your little sound effect for that.
Did you fart?
Yeah. Play. Well, can this be a new feature?
Every time you fart, do you experience a little trauma, Dan?
I'll
Emotional trauma?
I'll tell you about my childhood abuse while Justin plays fart sounds.
Yeah.
So
All right,
let
let's
me
hear it.
I'll tell you a story. My brother and I got caught playing with matches, and my mom said, "Wait till your father gets home,"
Uh-oh.
and which meant we were gonna get hit hard
Yeah.
with the spanking with the belts.
Yeah.
That was a. And so my dad got home at like 9 p.m. We had waited all day, during which my mom told me to write a story about kids that get caught playing with matches and live to regret
Like a
it.
fictional narrative? With a lesson, I'm guessing?
It was meta, what my mom wanted. She didn't know she was asking for it, but she wanted something that winked. She wanted something transparent and functional, not so immersive. And I wrote in my thing. I wrote a story about two little boys who get caught playing with matches, and then by the time their dad gets home, they're so sorry that their parents understand and just let them go to bed. And my mom read it, and she said, "This is really, really well written, but I'm not buying the ending." And and then my dad came home and hit my brother so hard that his tonsil stitches popped out.
Ooh.
And blood started spraying out of his mouth. into the dog bowl, and I started screaming in my high chair. That's how young I was. I was in a high chair.
But you could still write a story.
Well, hello, genius. No, I wasn't calling you a genius sarcastically. I was saying, hello, genius much? And my mom, who had stepped out for the beating, like she went somewhere, I don't know, to a bridge game or something.
Was that normal?
No, I think she just felt like it was going to be.
This seemed a particularly bad one.
Yeah, and then
he tried to change reality by writing a story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The stakes were high.
Yeah.
I remember this one. That's how unusual it was.
Yeah.
And but I remember my mom's headlights coming up the driveway, and I just started shrieking because I was still like sort of in my high chair. I couldn't get out of it. That's how young I was. And my dad was in the bathroom with my brother, who was just fountaining blood from his mouth into the sink. My dad was just. My drunk dad is just sort of stroking my brother's head, going like, "It's okay, all right, let it out, like let it out.
What?
Let your
bleeding.
vital fluids out. Let your hemoglobin out. Let your life out into the sink." Yeah,
Jesus.
the home remedy.
Did you because of that you got off scot-free
I never got my spanking.
that day?
Your dad was so tuckered out.
I never got my spanking
beating
for
your
playing with
brother.
matches.
Yeah. So your story came true, kind of.
My story did kind of come true.
Ooh.
Yeah, sort
Wow.
of. Yeah.
Did you think you were able to kind of, change the world with
I
your
could
writing?
be maybe a living god. I do tend to. The people who cross me do end up suffering a lot.
Yeah.
Are you and your dad on better terms?
Yeah,
Or-
he's a peach.
Could you
Those
live
people-
in a home that you knew people were brutally murdered in?
Yes.
I don't think I could.
Yes, I could.
No.
But I have to imagine the price goes down so much because so many people feel that way.
Right.
That then that becomes a whole other issue where you're like, honey, it's. I mean, like, what would you? Everybody's got a price, right? Like, is your answer a flat no, or is it like, would it be yes if it was $500 to live in a mansion?
Could you ever
Right,
really
right,
create
right.
like joyous memories, like knowing that some of the biggest memories in this house ever were people being horribly killed? Like you're having you're laughing over Thanksgiving dinner, like, oh, what a great night! The memories that are filling this space, and then, but one of the big memories that filled the space were people getting stabbed and
Yeah, you know what I would do?
Did
I
you,
would
wait,
take
did you
a-
say yes or no?
I said yes, and I would go so far as to take photos, to get the actual crime scene photos and frame them and put them on the walls of the house. And I would acknowledge it, and I would every night before I go to sleep.
Before
I would,
you rape a girl.
Well, I wouldn't rape anyone now. Come on.
Okay.
I would acknowledge many people died here. I am thankful that I got such a good deal on this home.
You're recording this, right?
Yeah.
Like this is how Justin would handle living in a home where people were tortured and murdered. He would embrace it.
Yeah, of course.
Well, there's no other way to do it. What are you
Yeah.
going to do? Live with your denial?
Go head on into it. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
here's an important question that we haven't asked yet.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of us are going, well, we're going back and forth between flat out I would never live there, and then I'm thinking like, well, what if you were kind of on hard times and the rent was really low? We haven't asked Justin yet. Would you pay extra to live in the house?
Oh
where-
no. I mean, I'm saying.
He sounds kind of into it.
Yeah.
I'm saying I would do it.
He's
if-
making the most of a weird situation.
Yeah, I feel like, look, these people died here. The least that can come from this is that people,
it's
enjoy
like when
the home.
it's
that
like when a
they-
disabled person or like a really overweight person, someone with some sort of weird thing going on physically, like they have a sense of humor about it. They're like, yeah, I know I got a little gimpy weird arm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they make jokes about it, you know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
yes.
that's the house to go, yeah, there's some murders happened here, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and then you
yeah.
get the crime scene
it's
photos.
uncomfortable when the person who's all weird and doesn't kind of crack self-deprecating about it.
But
Yeah.
that's their arm.
huh?
That's
Yeah,
their arm.
exactly.
These are other
This
human
is
lives.
his house.
But it's my house.
That's his house now.
Is
And
it uncomfortable when you're doing the tour of of Auschwitz to not like crack a couple ha-has about all the
Okay,
people that
fair
got-
enough. Fair enough.
I guess. Well, whatever.
Justin doesn't own Auschwitz.
Yeah,
but he
it's not
owns
my
it.
home.
He's living in this
That's
house.
not where I
and
sleep.
everybody that walks in the door is he going to bring up the fact
Oh,
that
and listen,
7 people were
hold
killed
on.
here?
Now, let me make it very clear. I won't be making light of these murders. I'm not going to be going, these dummies got killed here. No, I'm going to be saying, wow, can you imagine? Look at this beautifully framed 26 by 35
You'd have it
inch
blown up?
giant blown up photo of the original 35 millimeter crime scene shot of the dead
Right
body
here.
in
Right
that's
below
in,
it. Right
yeah,
below
that was
where
right.
that- yeah.
That was right in that corner.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that happened here? Isn't that horrifying?
Merry Christmas.
And now let's cut
Who wants
the
a beer?
turkey
Yeah.
and eat.
Yeah.
And maybe they're with us here enjoying this wonderful moment.
What if you had a date come over?
Yeah, I'd say, what do you think? Is this going to be okay with you? I got the place really cheap.
This is who I am.
Actually,
this is who my house is.
The pictures
We come together,
were
it's a
more
whole package.
expensive than the home to get those blown up and framed.
Yeah.
But
Why did you frame them?
well, because I felt like I wanted to really pay my respects to the thing that happened here, horrible thing that happened here.
It's just kind of weird. Like, I had 3 mojitos and I'm really horny, but I come in here and there's like his photos. I don't even know what they are. And now you're explaining them. Like, I would have just preferred to not hear it.
Well, fine. Plug your ears, because I'm going to keep on going. Over here in my bedroom, there's a giant, beautiful photo of a decapitated woman and
Oh my
blood
God.
everywhere. Yep.
I plugged my ears, but I can see the photo. Why do you have a photo of a head in your bedroom?
Well, because it represents a horrible thing that happened here that I feel should be honored and remembered and respected.
I can't hear you.
Oh.
My ears are plugged.
Well, unplug your ears.
That's good. That's good. More stuff like that. I'm imagining this is like a dating show where like the producers it's like Justin Roiland's Murder House. Every week, like a new girl comes in, and they it's good. Give them more shit about the pictures. Like acted real weirded out about it. I like that.
I'm going to Auschwitz.
Yeah.
It's no.
I will. I'm
Murder
going to give
house.
whoever lives there a hand job because there's not photos everywhere of gross stuff.
Yeah, I guess maybe I slipped up with these photos.
Yeah. You missed out on Heather Johnson.
I lose more women from these photos. Consarn it! There was only some way to get rid of them.
Wait, did you just say consarn it?
Did you just summon me, Consarnet, the spirit who lives in this house?
Oh, consarn it! I don't know what to do with these.
Would you like me
women.
to hypnotize Heather for you so she pretends she never saw the photos? Or perhaps she's turned on by the photos.
Well-
Heather, look into my eyes.
Can you just do what you
Gory
always do?
crime scene photos make you wet, Heather. Ooh. I'm Consarnet.
This is why I got these photos. Brings out Consarn it. Consarn it, the genie. He's a magic ghost.
Okay, Dan, do you know what Pigs Are People is? Are you familiar with this segment?
Yeah, I heard the first two. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I followed it.
What do
Well,
you mean?
But
What
that's
does
sort
that
of the
mean?
point, isn't it?
Confusing?
Well, it's a very convoluted religion.
Yeah, well,
I-
if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
What? It's
I have nothing but questions,
we've-
but I'd rather you guys
Well,
sort it
first
out.
of all, excuse me, but we've determined that it's actually probably the least convoluted religion.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
look at some of
pretty
these other
simple.
ones. Have you ever read anything about the Baptists?
Yeah,
With
I
the
mean,
snakes
it's
and
all
stuff
over
like
the
that,
place.
the evangelicals. Believe me, this is a lot less weird.
A lot-
Jackie,
Judge a religion.
what's your take on Pigs Are People? Are you on board or?
I don't know, just a part of the show where Justin started screaming and his answer to everything is pigs are people, and I can't even follow it.
So, anyways, let's jump into Pigs Are People. Woo! Yeah, pigs are people.
Okay, so Pigs Are People, as everyone knows, it's
People are pigs, and pigs are people. When you die as a human being, you go to the in-between lives area for a 24-hour period of time, or give or take a few hours, where you find your zygote, which is if you don't know what that is, go look it up. And then you come back as a pig.
If you were a person.
If you were a person, you come back as a pig, and then you live a pig life, die, go to the in-between lives area, get the zygote, come back again as a human being. There is a 200-year window from the point of death that you can come back in, and lay it on me, Buster. What's the problem? What questions might we have here?
our
Why?
guest.
Why?
Sure.
Why? The 200-year window, I recall, was a sort of. I don't want to accuse you of it being a reaction to a question.
Yeah.
That you couldn't answer. Was the mathematical problem that there's more pigs than people, or vice versa?
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
It was 2-1. That's
But
what I do remember.
In favor of people?
In favor of pigs.
Oh,
But
think.
even so,
because people eat pigs,
sure.
so
but-
there's always needs to be a lot of them.
yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, so 200 years from now, Aren't there, as there are more, is it safe to say that the number of pigs in the world is somewhat related to the number of people? That if right now there's twice as many pigs as people, that our love of bacon and ham is probably not going to abate. Therefore, if anything, there's going to be more pigs.
Well, there's always going to be a lot of pigs.
So how does the 200-year window solve any of it?
But there's a lot of people.
Justin.
Let's not forget that.
Justin. You're just bouncing around through this 200 years.
No. Okay. If I were to die right now, I would have a 200-year window, 100 years forward, 100 years back, in which I could come back. But if I come back in the year 1912 and die, I would have a 200-year window from 1912, 100 years forward, 100 years back.
Okay,
that's how it works.
It's starting to make sense.
I'm okay. Hallelujah! I'm back on board.
Okay.
So I
get it now.
The lines move throughout time.
Yes.
So it's not about just inflation. It's about actual. We will never, till the end of time, there will never be an expansion of either the pig or human population that can't be. That will overwhelm that 200-year window.
Correct.
That's the only thing that we know, therefore, about till the end of time.
This fucking guy.
But you could also do pigs or people or chickens or
no,
pigs.
because that's not the truth. That's not the real religion.
Justin,
any other questions?
Well, I forgot the 24-hour period. What's that?
What do you mean?
Because if you die,
well, it's give or take. I mean, if you die and you go there, it usually takes around 24 hours to finally muscle
the average spirit. Usually, is there any really good spirits that can get it like when the first 30 seconds?
I'm sure it's happened.
I still don't understand. I thought there's twice as many pigs as people. Why aren't there twice as many zygotes? Why is there such a...
No, because we just said, I mean, it's the 200-year window. It all balances itself out.
Well, if it all balances out, why is there such a cacophony of
fighting and struggling? Because at that particular moment, there may only be a certain amount of pig zygotes versus
How do you know about this, then?
How do I know about this? How did Joseph Smith...
No, that's what I was going to say. Maybe because you're a prophet and you don't even know it.
I am a prophet of
my
this.
God.
So when you're saying there's no deity behind it, whatever, it's like, you're behind it.
You're the deity.
No, he's not
well,
the
I'm not
deity.
a deity. I'm
Well,
the
right,
messenger.
but you,
I bring you the knowledge that you need to know to understand. And
well, don't start telling us not to worship you, Justin, because
well, I mean, look,
greater prophets than you have tried that old gag.
Jackie, anything interesting happened to you this week? Not work, but just anything.
Yeah.
Anything fun? Go to any museums?
There's always something fun. Jackie's always doing something fun.
I didn't go to any museums. Yeah, here it comes. I'm trying to think.
Did you form any new opinions? Did anyone cross you this week?
Do you have any thoughts? Oh, I recall a story about a Hispanic man on a bike.
Oh shit.
You wanna
When I was driving back from the podcast last Sunday, there was some totally drunk Mexican dude on his bicycle slowing up traffic. Everybody trying to get on the freeway on-ramp was like trying to kind of get around him, and everyone was slamming on their brakes and everything, and I had to look at him too as I was passing him, and he totally got on the freeway on-ramp.
On his bicycle.
And I was telling Justin I couldn't warn him, my windows are broken, I couldn't put him down, you know. They're not the rolly kind of
to shout
me.
out Peligro,
or to just say, "What are you doing? Stop it!" You know. And I just kept driving, and I just felt like a total asshole that I didn't do anything, and maybe this guy was dead now, and it's my fault.
The other day, like 3 days ago, I was getting on a freeway and I saw a sign for the first time in my life. I actually saw the sign that says specifically. Cars only, no bicycles, no pedestrians,
no foot traffic.
No, I'm not kidding. I that's why I'm freaking out about the coincidence, because I just saw that sign and it just registered with me, because I remember thinking at the time, like, God, I wonder if like what that would be like to get on the freeway on your bike. And I
like, where, you know, I was thinking in my head, then trying to rationalize, maybe he only lives one exit down and it's just faster than him taking side streets and getting caught up in lights. In my head,
There's
trying
no
to make
amount
an
of justification for this.
That I should have done something.
Yeah.
But I mean, what could I have done?
I think that
driven up behind him slowly
With my hazards?
Yeah.
I guess.
Flasher lights.
God.
I mean, listen, that's
him off the road.
That's pretty much evolution right there. I mean, that guy, he's gonna die.
I hope whoever you are, I hope you made it home. I really do.
There's a potential racist connotation to referring to that as a Darwinian.
Oh.
thing.
Well, no, I don't mean it
Well,
that
I
way.
already said I said it was a drunk Mexican. Maybe he wasn't drunk.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's only because you
I was just assuming he was
specified
drunk
his
'cause he
race,
was-
and
yeah.
then Justin says the evolution.
No
and then-
intentions.
I was assuming he was
racial.
drunk because I knew he was Mexican.
Well,
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't. Well, I just assumed there's got to be something wrong with this guy if he is going onto the freeway on ramp.
Well, regardless of whatever race,
maybe he's not. Maybe
you are. If you're if you're riding your bike onto the freeway on ramp, you know, there's probably good reason that you shouldn't be.
I'll as a guy who doesn't know where the hell he's going ever, if I said to somebody, I think this is what happened to him. I think he fell in love with a girl he met at a laundromat or a greeting card shop, and
Or jazzercise.
and she said to him in Spanish with English subtitles, like in a very tender indie film scene that was shot really, really well. She said, like maybe we could get together for coffee or something, and then she gave him her address, and then he asked his friend, you know, how do I get there? And then he told him to Google it, and he's new to the country, and he Googles it, and he Googles these directions,
Right.
and the directions say this is how you get there, and he has a bicycle.
I'm picturing something different. I'm picturing that that this movie is happening, and then at some point in the movie, she's like, "You're too safe. You're too run of the mill. You never do anything risky." And he's like, "I'll show her." And then he gets on his bike, and this dramatic music plays, and he's got on the bike, and he pulls up next to her while she's driving. He knocks on the window. He's like, "How's this for risky?
Oh my God!
I'm leaving now."
That's and the movie's called Side Street Sanchez, a love story.
Speedy Gonzalez, the movie.
Well,
man.
if you're of
Vini,
Latin
vini,
descent
vici.
and used to listen to this podcast,
More listeners.
we bid you adios in your
Our listeners-
outraged fury.
No, everyone's a target on the Grandma's Virginity podcast, right, Justin?
No.
Oh,
I'm firmly against this kind of thing.
yeah. Well, we talked about this last week. Justin, you believe that the end of the world is nigh. You believe it's inevitable
Well, I
that
don't
we all
know.
destroy each other.
I believe that the end of life as we know it is.
Well, that could be anything. That could be, you know.
Well, I believe that the roaring past, you know, they called it the roaring 20s into the fucking depression. That we've been living the roaring whatever the fuck last 30 years or more.
Yeah.
And we're about to hit the great grand depression.
But things usually good stuff comes out of those periods, right? That cyclical
not
thing,
this
or-
time.
Not
Yeah,
this
but
time,
not for
no.
the people who lived through them.
Yeah.
No, sure, the jazz rooms and stuff. And... right?
Ryan is all stoked about us plummeting into economic chaos.
Just saying,
because
well-
he's pretty sure black people are going to invent a new type of music.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get back to being round table, you know, the witty Algonquin round table kind of things, because we're not watching TV anymore because we can't afford electricity or something, right? That's what's gonna happen.
It'll go there, but it's not gonna start that way. It's gonna be a real.
It's going to go there, but it's not going to talk to the hand.
Yeah.
In these little in the upfronts in New York, you probably heard from the powers that be what they think is going to
Yeah,
happen.
the Bilderbergers. I mean,
Yeah, the
what do they
Bilderbergers
know?
are there. At the NBC upfronts, you got the Rockefellers there.
you got
saying,
the rich-
Mr. Harmon, Community is my favorite show. Here's a tip: we're gonna kill half the population by poisoning the water supply.
Yeah, what's
they
the
don't
story?
tell me. They don't tell me that stuff.
not?
But my theory is a softer version of what Justin's describing, because I think that the economy was young in our understanding of how stock markets work, but like I think that we are. It's actually a little sadder because the depression relative to I think what's going to happen is a little bit more of a burst that you can bounce back from, and I think that there's just going to be sort of a real gradual, just like stable, sad depression. Like I think that our way of life is gonna like it's like 15-20 years from, you know, for the next 15-20 years it's gonna like it's not gonna find its low point. It's gonna like wade into like sort of everybody tenement housing, everybody stacked on top of each other, everybody like making their own clothes, kind of like getting comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. I think I'm gonna like this new hippie, neo-futuristic kind of vibe.
Yeah, but what if you have to make the clothes?
I'll learn a skill. I'm gardening right now. I'm getting ready.
But what if while you're making the clothes, that means there's poop in your water because you can't get the poop out of your water because you only have so many hours in the day?
I'll create a filtration system.
Oh, wow, Mr.
Yeah, and this is where the new economy is going to be created because all these new needs are going to be
Here's the
poop
difference.
water filters, etc., etc.
Here's the difference. There's too many people. There's too many people. It's just too many mouths to feed. Too many. Just too much.
Dan Harmon, are we going to still be watching TV? Enjoying programming like NBC's Community?
Yes. Yes. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So
because that'll always get easier and easier for people to make and distribute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we'll always and what have we learned? Like our culture has changed a great deal, and yet if Jackie Gleason like walked in here right now, he'd go, "I get what you're doing. You're recording a funny ha-ha show." Like he'd immediately access it because the one thing hasn't changed about human nature. Like we like entertainment.
So you're saying we're fine? The Grandma's Virginity podcast
No, because everyone will start. No, we're not fine because I have an NBC show and I'm like, it's not 4 million people watch it. And NBC, after 4 million people watch it, goes, Yahoo! 4 million! That's bad.
Yeah, but that's just NBC. CBS is fine. They got 15 million viewers.
They're going, Yahoo! 9 million! Eat it, NBC!
Uh-huh.
Like, it's bad all over.
Yeah.
It's bad, but good. I mean, it's the end of the celebrity
good
culture.
for people like
It's the
Justin,
end of-
who's gonna barely get by on Cartoon Network.
It's good for everybody who really truly enjoys
see.
entertaining people and who doesn't just think that sounds like a great way to make a living.
I was let me tell. I'm going to talk. I was talking to a writer for a television show on your network, maybe even on your night. I'm not going to get more specific than that, but he was saying that he imagines the future. It's going to be, all of us, meaning anyone who's okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I think there's people who are going to be very interested in hearing this that want to get in the entertainment world.
Hurry up and spit it out.
He says, this is a guy in the know. He says that people like us, writers, entertainers, are going to be making the salaries of teachers.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
totally
Yes,
true.
Of course,
Yeah.
you can graph that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not making as much as 10 years ago. A guy like me in my position would have an overall deal at some place. I would have like $15 million, like that I would have gotten in one like contract because they would have had that in their coffers and they would have just gone like, well, this guy he created community, did Sarah Silverman program. Hey, just give him one of those $11 million overall deals. Like maybe I'm being a little presumptuous about my specific position within that strata, but that was happening all the time, every day. I had already been out here a while, and I was hearing every day about people. Oh, fuck, man, so and so got a $7 million deal, $11 million deal. That's like no more. Like now I believe me, I make plenty of money for given how much I need to pick my butt and eat my boogers and sit there and play video games. That's maybe I'll have a baby. It'll and I'll probably hit it with a belt, but only if it plays with matches. And I only need so much money for that. Like
Dan Harmon, can we make money on the Grandma's Virginity podcast? Is there a future for this?
What do you?
I want to know if we can make money. I'm terrified of this future.
Okay.
I don't want to be one of the scavengers.
I'm done with this topic.
Oh, no,
it's frustrating me. We're not
frustrating.
talking about this.
All
right, moving on. I want
Jackie, what do you think of this topic?
We're done.
We're not done. This is a democracy.
I don't even want to grace this with even a debate. It's over.
Boy.
We're moving on.
You see this? Is this a way to run a show?
Is he genuinely
Yes.
upset?
Of course he's genuinely
He's
upset.
afraid for the future.
I'm just sick of.
What are you sick of? What bothers
I'm
you?
sick
Let's
of
get
these.
into this.
We've been talking about this for 20 minutes.
Uh-huh.
There's no way. I mean, sure, it'll probably come together as a little, 5 6 minute thing.
Thank you, Justin.
But
Look.
Do you have any Excedrin in here?
That's
Really
how
quick.
you'll make money. Just blare this thing at people and then advertise Excedrin.
We got an email from a listener. This is listener email time.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Guys, we got this from a listener. Guys, I've been listening to you guys since you've started, and I love your podcast. You are all funny and always look forward to listening to each podcast you put out. The reason why...
Few pointers.
No, this...
Well,
Couple of notes.
The reason I'm emailing is because I think Jackie needs to talk more on this show. It seems like she always gets cut off by you guys when she wants to talk. She sounds like a sweet girl, and you guys keep interrupting her all the time.
That's the magic of editing. She never shuts up.
Jackie, I hope you get more time to talk. Keep on making cool shows, and Jackie, you are awesome. Ronnie from Ventura.
And then I thought, who wrote this, Justin or Ryan? To make
Jackie?
me, because I was really sulky last week. I was really pissed
After
off.
You
the
were
last show?
registered.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She
I
didn't
had
even make
had
eye
it.
contact with me when she left.
No, I had it.
Really?
So who wrote it?
I swear to God, this is
Your
really...
secret
Jackie,
admirer.
we have listeners on the show, by the way. I don't know if you know that. People actually listen to the show. So maybe you should, A, start listening to it yourself.
Well, I
B,
tried.
start
Remember
caring.
last week I tried.
Yeah, you tried.
And
C, understand that there are people who like you.
Like
Even
Well,
if
I
we-
think
even if
Ronnie's
we-
great.
Yeah.
Ronnie
So-
from Ventura.
So what do you think about this?
I imagine Ronnie like beating off to your voice. Like he's like, he's like, oh yeah, she's starting to talk again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then I go,
I'm topping the topic. Oh, God.
oh damn it. Oh, so close. Shit. Now I gotta sit through this bullshit.
Ronnie.
A 10-minute bad Mexican hacky accent bit before I can get my
He's really
boner back.
sophisticated about his comedy, but really remedial about his pornography. He has not yet found websites with photos of them.
Well, I thought
This
it
is
was
his
a
thing.
fakey because of the mention. Like my name's in there. Like
Also, Ronnie from Ventura sounds
Yeah.
pretty fake.
You know?
Okay, next email.
Well, what's
Moving
going
on.
on?
thanks, Ronnie. If you're real,
Ronnie's real, and there are thousands of Ronnies. Based on the numbers, there's
Hey.
at least hundreds of Ronnies.
Ventura
probably.
is choking on Ronnie's. They've got a problem there. It's a new passenger
Yeah.
pigeon thing.
I
They're
heard
like
that-
actually thinking of turning people loose on the Ronnies.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Ventura.
I've heard that they're gonna allow hunters licenses to kill Ronnies.
And it's a dangerous game. Mayor of Ventura, Ruth Goldberg, if you're listening, slippery slope.
yeah. Careful.
You start hunting Ronnies.
You get a lot of
Next
Ronnies
thing
coming
start
after
hunting
you.
Donnies.
American history much? No, forget about it.
First
not
they
a
came for the
slippery slope into
Ronnies.
non-Ronnies.
Oh.
A slippery slope of the extinction of the Ronnie
Yeah.
in Ventura.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bronze statue of some douchebag with a backwards baseball cap, and people are going to go, "What's that?" Oh, Ronnie.
I've never-
Apparently, there used to be them in Ventura. Now
Never
they're
heard
gone.
of that name before. Well, that's because people stopped naming their children Ronnie
Yeah,
because they were
they're
being
scared.
killed.
But that's what I'm saying. So first they came for Ronnie and Ventura, and I didn't say anything.
Right, there's that
Then
slippery
they
slope.
came from Paulie and Sherman Oaks, and
and
I didn't say anything.
anything.
And they came from Joe in Studio City, and I didn't say anything.
And unlike the other aphorism, this one goes on for like 7 million
As many
people.
cities as there are, name combinations as there are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like Huey Lewis.
Then they came
even
for
when he-
Chang and Shanghai, and I didn't say anything. All right, you know what? Hey, okay, I'm just gonna take a moment right here. What is the etiquette for responding to podcast emails? Because the first week Justin said don't respond to any of them, and now I think I hear other podcasts are like, oh, I don't have time to get to all your emails, people, which implies that they are taking the time to respond to some, and we're just
No.
like,
There's no hard and fast rule.
Oh,
I mean,
aloof.
I feel like
Us.
if it warrants a response, if you feel that way, then respond.
Yeah, why do you need?
Yeah. What do you need?
etiquette?
Some fucking list
I
of
don't
like.
know. I feel like what do you got to make a rule for this? Either we don't respond to any, or
well,
what?
at least you're.
Don't
kind of-
respond to all of them.
No, that's retarded.
Oh.
What do you stay up at night worrying about these sorts
Yeah,
of
I
things?
kind of do because I'm starting to think like I haven't responded to any emails. To people start thinking we're jerks.
Who cares?
I care. I don't. Want
I don't
those-
give a shit.
All right, moving
So
on.
you don't even write back and say thank you?
No,
No,
F them.
they don't want us to be
So-
nice.
okay, so you think
that's
it's
not
bad.
why they listen.
So we.
I don't know. I think that I mean, I know we're mentioning the emails on air, I guess,
Yeah.
so that means something.
Hi, Dingbats. Great first podcast. I loved its guts. Wait, is this too old? No, this came in the 18th. I loved it. First of all, I don't think the neighborhood's. No, this is all referencing first episode stuff.
Is
Can we
it?
bother
Well,
to
how
read it?
old are these emails?
I swear I put it. This was sent on the 18th.
Oh, this guy's a caveman.
Well, it's
This
only.
guy's rubbing rocks
Well,
together.
that's not the
We're-
first. That's not the first. That's not what.
Is there anything in there?
First of all, I don't think the neighborhood strip bar. Let's call it pole position. He's referencing. We talked about the first episode. Where do strippers go when they get too old? Or better
Oh.
yet, booby traps.
This is
No,
old.
done.
This is, we
Like,
can't
so
read it.
embarrassing.
Going. I know.
Next.
Next.
my cheeks
Okay.
are so red they're gonna explode
All right.
for this guy. Like
Next.
imagining
Okay, so
being him.
A listener, Savan
Oh,
Nigerian.
Savan Nigerian.
Oh
Right.
gosh, does he say something about my bad accent?
Talk about
No.
a fake name.
Okay.
Here's what you do. Here's what subject suggestions for Ryan to get a lady. Here's what you do. Before you go out, get ready. Look into a mirror and tell yourself, I'm awesome. I'm cute. Women love me and are crazy not to notice me in public. I get glances all the time because I'm hot. I have a lot to offer. I'm good at what I do. I'm good in bed. I'm just good.
But do it all through gritted teeth. Like you're
like my face is turning beet red and
your face pointed downward at a 45-degree angle, so your chin is almost touching your chest, glaring straight forward into the mirror with your teeth gritted.
I'm not weird or creepy. I'm an intelligent, sexy, funny, honest dude with bedroom eyes.
And what else is that? Everything?
That's it. I just finished reading it.
Great
as
advice.
Dan
He
suggested.
didn't say anything about my Armenian.
Let's hear it.
No.
Lay it on us real quick.
I only know 2 phrases.
Let's hear them real quick.
Okay, Sevan, is that his name?
Yes, Savan.
Sevan. Okay, tell me how this is. Bare inch basis.
Terrible.
And I want him to
Lava,
get in.
2-inch bases.
Oh shit! What does that mean?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh crap!
Oh.
See, I don't know. Response.
Go ahead, next.
And then myotots.
Huh, nice. Okay. All right, that was episode 4 of the Grandma's Virginity podcast. Thank you for listening again. Huge thanks to Dan Harmon for sitting in with us.
Thanks, Dan.
And you're welcome half the size.
Also want to thank Smith Harrison, our announcer, Savan Nigerian. We used one of your mics tonight. Want to thank
Alex Hirsch for
Alex
the episode
Hirsch.
4 episode artwork that I think should become the
Oh no! I had too many crow's feet in
Yeah,
that.
he made you look pretty bad.
Oh, you
but he
look
captured your persona so great. You're sitting there, arms crossed, like just so pissed at us. And Justin's got crazy swirly eyes, and I'm just kind of like.
You had a
really,
big nose.
Yeah, I'm looking really Jewy, like talking with my hands, like trying to understand
Dan,
Justin.
is that the first thing you noticed about me was my crow's feet?
Yeah, pretty disgusting.
They're pretty bad.
You know,
huh?
you know, spring
it's not
chicken.
that bad.
You know, we're all getting older here.
They don't look like crow's feet. They look like you're squinting right now, and you're.
But
so
look
you're,
at them under this harsh lighting too.
Well, it's harsh lighting.
No, you're fine. Stop it.
No, you look like a 20-year-old scrunching your face up
Okay,
and
well-
pushing wrinkles up.
Well, listen, Jackie, it's not getting any better. The march of time goes on.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. And,
Okay, so
but thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. That's the show.
Write us
Thanks,
emails.
Ronnie.
Write us emails. Follow us on Twitter at Grand's Virginity. And Smith is going to say all this shit at the end of the show anyways. See you next time.
Peace out.
Bye.
Let us help you with your life problems. Send emails to grandmasvirginity@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at Grand's Virginity. Subscribe on iTunes and give us a rating. Even if it's only 1 star like Tiny Tom 123456 gave us. And don't forget about me. I'm Smith Harrison, the announcer. Follow me on Twitter at VoiceOver Studio. See you next week, you bunch of nasty slobs.